everybody. This is Hiba Hussein from Polaron speaking. And what is your name?
Isabella.
Isabella. This is my very own granddaughter. So hello, everyone. Today's session is going to be a little bit more informal because it is Christmas after all in just a couple of days. So let me introduce you. Normally we just have one person. Today we have six. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, but six. Izzy, did you count them?
Yeah.
Yep, six people. Good. And today we're going to be talking, and Andrea, we can't see her because she's doing things behind the scenes. But today we're going to be talking about Polish Christmas. And because of that, we have borrowed a couple of people from a different department, the translations department. So I'm going to start by welcoming Nicholas. Hi, Nick.
Hey, how you going?
Good. And Agata, who's the team leader for the translations department. Hello. We also have Maggie. Hello, Maggie.
Hi.
We've got Justina and Maya. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
From our grant department. So let's talk about Christmas. And I might start with Maya. So you have a very interesting story because you were born in Australia, but then you went back to Poland, lived in Switzerland, all over the place, right? How do you celebrate Christmas? What happens at your home?
So my mum always tried to sort of maintain the Polish Vigilia, the Polish tradition, because for her, she always wanted us to stay connected to our Polish heritage. So we do have the typical Vigilia, so Christmas dinner on the 24th in the evening. That consists of, I must be honest, I'm not sure if it's exactly 12 courses that she does, but we do have the beetroot soup with the small uszka, mushroom filling. So it's called barsz, and we do the exchange of before the meal of the wafer, and we.
Oh yes.
So the symbol of the holy bread, and we also we're giving it to our pets, funnily enough, and wishing them all the best.
So who here knows what's the thing with the pets? Who knows what happens on Christmas Eve with the animals?
They're supposed to talk.
Oh, Maggie, is that true? Have you spoken to your animals?
Sorry?
Have you ever spoken to your animals then, Maggie?
No, unfortunately. When I was younger, I only had hamsters. They never talk.
They never talk. Well, we're going to have to try again this year. And what's on your Christmas table? How do you celebrate Christmas? Because you were born in Poland, lived in England for a bit, then came to Australia. What's on your table?
I completely skipped Polish tradition now, really. But when I was younger, because my parents are quite traditional Catholic, our celebrations were quite traditional. So, for example, before we sat to the dinner, my father was reading Bible. So it was quite official. And then, of course, we had our 12 meals. You had dumplings, you had borscht. So everything was quite according to Polish tradition. When I moved to England, I was still trying to make Polish food, and I'm still trying to do that over Christmas, but I'm not celebrating that as much. My partner, because he's British, he don't really have as much of a Christmas tradition. So it's more about just having a holiday and eating a lot. So that's how we're spending Christmas today, now, really.
Okay. And so do you have Christmas Eve dinner or not?
Christmas Eve dinner, yes. And then Christmas Day, it was more a church thing. So I was spending half of a day in a church.
Right.
And then we had also some kind of breakfast, I think, in the morning. And then also dinner. And more like, because I have a lot of siblings. So I was spending that just with the closest family. And it was busy in a house anyway.
Okay.
But it's really nice time. It's just a little bit of a shame that I can't be there now, because obviously if I would come back home, it would be still quite traditional. And I quite like that time.
Okay, and here, would you have Christmas Eve dinner or not?
So here, no. I would maybe make borscht, because we're going away, me and my partner, we're going away this Christmas, so we won't have any Christmas food. But if we would be staying at home, I would possibly make dumplings and borscht, just because I like that. But I will make that any day during a year, to be honest.
Okay, and those of us that know you well, we know that you are vegetarian, but on Christmas Eve, that's not a problem, is it? What sort of food would your parents have on their Christmas table?
So borscht will be vegetarian because it is just simply a beetroot soup, but also dumplings with potatoes and cheese, and that's my favorite. That's what I was always eating. Actually, my family that's a family tradition. We always have a competition who will eat more dumplings in one run. And my sister, the youngest sister, she's always winning. Last time she ate 35 dumplings, just
35.
like this. Yeah. She's a winner.
And what do you win? Because we might need to go to your house, and depending on the prizes, we might beat your sister. Your dinner's ready.
Yeah, my mother she's making like hundreds of dumplings for Christmas. Like we have 200, 300 dumplings. So, like I said, it's a big family. It's 11 of us now, like with partners. But yeah. Really
okay. And speaking of your dinner, what happens at your house? Well, first of all, what happens at your house in Poland, and what happens at your house here? We don't know yet.
Just like in Maggie's case, we have a really traditional Catholic Christmas. So we both have waiting for the first star to shine bright on the sky to start the dinner. We have 12 dishes, of course, and my mom always does them. I don't really recall speaking to pets, but that's why, because I only had rabbits and they are really shy. My grandfather was always reading the Bible because he was the oldest one from the family, and that was the tradition that the oldest person should do that. The Christmas is quite traditional, so everything I think is in there. So we have hay under the tablecloth as well. We have the empty space at the table. And here in Australia, that will be actually my second Christmas here. So actually a year ago, I was working and I didn't really had a Christmas dinner at all. And this year we are just meeting with our friends, and we are doing borscht. I will do the poppy seed cake as well. So we are doing just a couple of dishes, not 12 of them, of course. And we will just have fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. And of course, when we talk about the 12 dishes, does anybody know why there are 12 dishes? And those of you that don't know, even bread counts like as a dish. So once you've counted all that's on your table, you probably have 12. Who knows? Agatha, do you know why there are 12 dishes?
I think that I heard like few different reasons. One was that it's symbolizing months. One something from the Bible, probably.
Anybody else? Who knows?
Of apostles, is it?
Yes, that's it. Very good, very good. And were you in Poland last Christmas, Agatha?
No, I was actually in January, so after Christmas. Yeah.
You went there after Christmas. And is it a big celebration at home?
Yeah, at home it's like it's we have everything as already mentioned. So 12 dishes, sharing the opłatek, and also I was waiting for my dog to speak, but yeah, that never happened.
No, never happened.
Yeah.
Look, we're going to try again this year, right? And what about things like the midnight mass? Is that something your family would actually attend?
Yeah.
So to be honest, I was I like many people says that it's the best time in church, the Christmas mass, but I was actually not participating in this like by myself. Yeah.
Okay. And what about here? What happens? Because it's a much more scaled down affair, I think, this year for everybody. But what will you do here in Melbourne, Agatha? Will you have
borscht for sure.
Borscht, okay.
Yeah. We will have like a Christmas dinner, but for sure not like that big. Maybe some dumplings. Some cake, but that's all.
Okay, fair enough. And Nicholas, I'm going to go over to you because before we came on air, you said, maybe I don't have much to say, but I think you actually do. Because I've been to your Christmas lots of times, and it is a really big affair of, lots of people coming. And can you tell us what happens at Aussie Christmas?
Yeah, so just listening to everyone speak, it kind of rejogged my memory a little bit, and the 12 dishes and the specific types of dishes that people are talking about, you know, barsh, pierogi, sałatka is one of those big ones that I think gets made every single year without a doubt. But yeah, it's very similar to Maya's instance, because here in Australia, you know, our younger generation haven't grown up in Poland, but family really wants to keep us in touch with that tradition. So it's almost like a competition for my mum and grandparents to kind of put on a show and make sure everything's there. But yeah, it's all very similar. The breaking of the wafer, the speech from the oldest person, who's my jadek, my grandfather, and then the 12 dishes. I think because we've got a biggish family, we managed to scrape across 12 dishes every year. So yeah.
I think probably a lot more than 12 then.
Yeah.
And what about exchange of gifts? What happens, because I don't know if people know this, but in Poland, of course, we have the 6th of December, which is, we call that Mikołaj, or, you know, Father Christmas. So in some families, gifts are exchanged then, but would normally, would you bring gifts to your loved ones, or what happens? Maybe I'll start with you, Maya. Do you exchange gifts? Have you been shopping also?
Yes, I was shopping, doing Christmas shopping, because yeah, I was living abroad, so it's going to be my first Christmas again with my sister and with my mum. So we do exchange gifts, but that is like after the meal later on. It's still on the 24th in the evening, and I do recall doing that also in my childhood. Well, when I was growing up here in Australia, so it's like always after we have the cake. And having had herbata tea, and then we sit down in the lounge room and do the gift exchange of presents.
And what's your favorite dish on the Christmas Eve table?
Well, when it comes to my favorite dish, I definitely do like the poppy seed roll, makowiec, which Justina, you said you're going to be making.
Oh, wow. You're going to be making it by yourself? As in,
Yeah.
or you're going to buy it? Oh, wow. That's quite a difficult. That's quite a difficult cake to make, because there's like, you know, the poppy seed mix. There's one thing, but then the pastry that needs to be really sort of.
Yeah, I read a lot of recipes, and I will also ask my mom for it. So I think I will be over prepared for that one.
Okay, and so you'll do the roll up. Right. And what's your favorite dish for Christmas?
I always liked kutia, which is also with poppy seed.
Do you want to explain to people what that is? Because that is a regional dish. So I guess it's fair to say that in Poland, the Christmas traditions are fairly homogeneous, as in you do have similar things on the table. But in some regions, so to the east, they serve kutia, which is what, tell us what that is.
Oh, you don't actually have it in other regions of Poland? Okay. So this is kind of the pasta with also poppy seed and some raisins and some nuts, honey as well. Yes. So it's really sweet. It's super sweet. So you can't eat more than like really little of it. So and it's actually probably sweeter than many cakes that you know, because it just have a lot of as I said, raisins and honey in it, and it's sticky, but it's really good. And yeah, and it's traditionally made in, I think, well, Eastern Poland, I guess. Because I'm from Lublin, and my grandparents are from there as well, from Lubelszczyzna. So it's always on our table.
Maya, you are a pescatarian, which is also interesting, because one of the things that gets served on a Christmas Eve table is carp. Who here likes carp? Nobody.
I definitely do. I actually have.
Okay.
So when I was living in Switzerland, I was always traveling to Gdańsk to my mum's family, or to her side of the family, and there was always carp on the table. And my family there, they were giving me the scales. I thought I just might add this, and I still have it in my wallet. Carp, and having a scale of the carp, carrying it in your wallet, it says that it is said to bring good luck. And yeah, who knows? I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I've always felt lucky. It's like it has brought me luck. So
Okay, that's an interesting one. And did any of you have a carp in the bathtub? Because this is like, when you tell people about that, they're like, wait, what? Who here has had a carp in the bathtub at home?
Yeah.
Agatha, tell us what is, oh, Maggie.
Yeah, that's my grandmother.
Your grandmother. Agatha, so what happens with the carp in a bathtub? That would have to be like the weirdest thing ever, no?
Yeah, that is very weird. And we used to have it when I was a child. I think now it's no longer happening. Like people are more conscious about like well-being of carps. Yeah.
So
but
what happened?
I think that usually, I'm not sure if that was because we want to have the carp fresh. I don't know what was the reason behind it. To be
I'll
honest,
tell you in a minute. But yeah, go on.
Everyone was buying the like live carp, like just in a bag with water, and then we were putting the carp in the bath, and that was super annoying because before Christmas for sure you want to be like fresh and everything, and then you cannot take bath because there is a carp there. And as a child, I was like giving the carp some piece of bread. And that was actually like yeah, some kind of entertainment for me. But then that was the time when like someone need to kill the carp for the Christmas dinner. And like no one want to do it. And so we usually ask our neighbor to help with that. But yeah, like, honestly, I don't know, like why we were doing this, but I remember that everyone was doing this at the time.
Okay, so can I explain to you why there was a carp in your bathtub as a child? So when I was growing up, we didn't have big fridges or, there was food shortages, sorry. And somebody decided somewhere that they're going to bring live carp in like little shops, like traveling shops, I guess, on wheels, like little, things on wheels. And then you would get it in a bag, like what do you do with a goldfish, I guess, and with water, filled with water, and you'd bring it home. And because you wanted it fresh and there was nowhere to put it, where did you put it? In a bathtub. And then, as Agatha said, it was there for a few days. There was a lot of excitement, giving it bread, whatever. And then somebody had to kill it. If you need your carp killed, you go to Agatha's neighbor, by the way. That's it. What about Christmas tree? Do you guys have a Christmas tree at home, all of you? Maggie?
So I don't have now, but my parents always were buying fresh Christmas tree, never plastic one, never fake. So I love that because you could always smell Christmas as well.
Did you make decorations for it?
We were making decorations like cookies, which you're gonna hang on a Christmas tree, or some other ones just simply from paper.
Like the chains?
Yes, with the chains, yeah. I was making a lot of that at school as well, and like I was bringing that home. And of course we have, I'm not sure how to say it in English, but you have the house with Maria and Joseph.
Oh, the nativity scene.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Is that what you had at home? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when I was growing up, which was many, 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 many years ago, we had we had to make decorations because you couldn't buy them. Yeah. And the other weird thing that they would put on Christmas tree is cotton wool, like drag it out and don't ask. But that's what we did. And what else? Yeah, usually it was a fresh Christmas tree. I think it's around maybe early 1980s that we started getting plastic trees, but most people still like it because of the nice smell and there's a bit of a different atmosphere. What about you, Maya? Do you have a Christmas tree at home?
Yeah, but it's a plastic one this time because we're getting together with my old childhood friend, also Polish family, so they were celebrating it there this time.
Okay. And did you, as a child, did you ever make decorations? Because you spent some time in Poland. Do you remember your Polish Christmas when you were little?
Well, I just, I mean, from what I can recall, we also had fresh, the real type of Christmas trees, not the fake ones. And we were making, I remember also my grandma, so-called, I don't know, like jeżyki. They're like these small Christmas decorations with aluminium foil at the ends. It's like a star sort of thing. I don't know.
No, that's your grandma thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe only my grandma was doing that.
Okay.
something like she was calling them języki. Yeah, but I remember it was always fun. They were different colors, and yeah.
And you, Stina, do you have one? Do you have like a mini Christmas tree or anything?
Here we don't have anything, but I know that at home they do, and they do have real one. And actually, usually I was the one that was putting the Christmas music on and pulling out all of the decorations, and I was the one that was starting to decorate the tree. Now my sister and brother has to do that, and they are really, really well, sad that I'm not there with them, because I was the leader of decorating Christmas tree.
Right. And you did mention Christmas carols, which are the songs that you'd sing at Christmas, and there are some special ones in Poland. So they, like we have the Silent Night and a few others that are common to everybody, I guess. Can you remember any Christmas carols? I'm not going to ask you
sure.
to sing, do not worry, unless you want to. But there are a few very special ones, no?
Yes, so I do recall a lot of them, but I think my favorite one as a child was Lulajże Jezuniu.
Oh, yeah.
That was, well, it's really pretty one. And I remember that once, I think in a kindergarten, I was playing the Mary, and with her child, yeah, and I was singing that one in front of the public, actually. That was really cute. Yeah, maybe that's the one that's my favorite.
Okay, so I didn't know that you had acting ambitions. So you learn a new thing every day. What about you, Agatha? Did they work a Christmas carol sung at your house at all?
Yeah, we're listening
really?
to Christmas carols, yes. And I think I remember Bóg się rodzi. Yeah, I think that's my favorite.
And Maggie,
We
you?
always,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to say that we always have like some CD with the Christmas carols, and it's in the background during the Christmas dinner.
Mm-hmm. And Maggie, what about you? Is your family a family of singers?
No, not of singers, but we definitely had carols at home. So similar to Agatha, we had the CD, and that's just a Christmas mix. And a whole Christmas, when we were eating dinner, we were listening to carols. And also there was a big celebration, similar to Justina. My parents were putting carols, and we were putting all decorations on a Christmas tree. I know because my parents sent me a video other day. My nephews, one is a 5-year-old, another 3-year-old. They were doing that with my parents now. So no their children, only grandchildren now.
Oh, okay. So everyone's out of Poland, sounds like, not many.
Yeah, my sister lives in Germany, so not everyone is around, but also due to pandemic, they're not really seeing each other too much. So
Right.
only grandchildren came.
Right. So I wanted to just summarize a couple of things, because I can see that we are being watched by quite a few clients of ours, which is amazing. This is a very popular session, but there is a few things that are unique to Poland. So one of them would be the speaking animals. So midnight, is it midnight? Christmas Eve, don't have a chat to your animals, see what they say to you. That's rather cute. But so people normally would fast during the day, and the other thing is that with the Christmas Eve dinner, it's quite plain in a way. So although, as Justina said, kutia might have a lot of honey, for example, it doesn't contain a lot of sort of fatty. There's no meat. There's just herring and carp and maybe some other fish. But other than that, it's pretty plain when you serve it. And I can't remember which one of you, but one of you mentioned a plate which is left. So let's say you have 20 people, there'll be a 21st, 21 place settings for the unknown traveler. So somebody that might turn up on your doorstep and doesn't have, anywhere to go or food to eat. So that's always kept separately. You might also put a bit of hay under your tablecloth, and it's usually very festive. So I wouldn't say it's a really formal affair, although some of you have mentioned reading of the Bible and, that formality of the oldest person making a speech, sharing the wafer, which is also a very, very special tradition. So it is like breaking the bread. It actually goes back to pagan traditions even. and you wish each other all the best for the new year, and you know, even the weird uncle gets a hug on the day. So anything else you wanted to add that's sort of unique to Poland that you can think of, or Polish traditions?
I remember also compote from dried fruit.
Ah, yes,
yeah.
compote. As kids, we probably hated it. Can you explain to us what that is?
So yeah, it's just like it will help for your it will improve your metabolism after you eat all those 12 dishes, and it's just like a kind of like a
It's a
water
stew.
with
It's
yeah,
a
it's
stew of
dried
dried fruit.
But yeah, my grandma actually like improved this so much. So now I really like this this one. Yeah, and it's really good. But
As kids,
yeah,
we
like
all wanted to drink Coke, not compote, which is like a stew of dried fruit, and it looks brown and not very appealing. But now, as adults, we probably appreciate every single thing that we were served as kids. All right, so we have about 4 minutes for questions. So I'm going to hand over to Andrea. Andrea, does anybody want to know anything about our Christmases?
Yeah, so there's a question here about New Year's Eve. So do you have any special tradition during New Year's Eve or not at all?
Oh yeah, we have like mostly we go out, like I don't know if you guys agree, and I don't know whether that's still happening in Poland, but it's like you buy that dress and you go out to that big fancy party if you can, yeah?
Yes. And of course, fireworks, and that's across the country. So it's not specifically in one city or in a center, just everyone is doing fireworks.
Right. But we're talking high heels, pretty dress, you know, all of that. And this year they're not going to have it because I think just after Christmas, Poland's going into a really, really hard lockdown, including curfew and all of that. So I think there'll be a lot of maybe Zoom Christmas Eve parties.
Yeah.
All right. We have one more question from Debbie. What are the 12 common dishes of Polish Christmas cuisine?
Okay, so I'll start and you guys can contribute. So definitely a soup. So it may be a borscht, it could be a cabbage soup or a mushroom soup. Any other type of soup that you might have on your tables? No. Okay. Then probably herring. Yeah, probably herring.
Definitely.
And probably carp, which everybody except for Maya hates, but that's another story. No, look, you know, whatever. Carp, yeah, so that's now 3. What else? Nuts. Often we'll have fruit and nuts. Bread, potatoes, pierogi, which are the dumplings. So that's already 9. What else?
Cabbage with split peas.
Cabbage and split peas. Nicholas.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if it's actually a Christmas one, but the sawato that we call it, the one with the pasta.
Like in Australia it's salad. So it's like
salad, yeah.
Veggies really finely with mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Nathan, what about you? What were you going to say?
No, I was just saying the same thing as Nicholas. Veggie salad. So that was always on my table as well at home.
Okay, so we've got 10. So we need to come up with 2 more or more.
We also have like dumplings, and in my family we having also like dumplings with poppy seed inside, with with a sauce with vanilla sauce. So that's really yummy.
Okay, and Justina mentioned kutia, which is a regional dish, but it does get served on a lot of tables. So that's 11. One more.
In my house also there are like 3 or 4 types of herring, not just one. And every one of them counts as a separate dish because they are made differently.
So you'd have what, cream? What else? How else would you say?
I don't know because I just hate them, so I don't even try them. But also there is, I just ignore them on the table. But there is also a superstition that you have to try every dish, even just a little bit. And that's why it's the nightmare for me on the Christmas Eve because
you have to eat the herring.
Because I have to eat and carp as well.
But look, so far it's proven that you've had lots of good luck, so you've got to continue with that tradition, I'm afraid.
I will.
Anything else? Like that's about 11. Well, if we count every herring and every carp, you, Nicholas, you have this. They call it a ryba po grecku, or like a Greek style fish.
Yeah. I really don't know, because I, like Justina, have a single bite and then run away from it as far as I can, because it's not the most nice tasting thing in the world. But it's just fish. I think it's herring as well, and it's put in through like a yogurt or creamy
Cream, yeah.
yeah, and it's lovely. Great. It's a great dish.
Okay, well, we still got to taste it because you're lucky. Let's continue.
Yeah.
Andrea, any other questions?
No, there's no more questions.
All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun. So can I firstly thank you for participating? We dragged not quite every single Polish person that works for us, because there's probably about 10 more, but they might be at home cooking or something, who knows. But thank you for being brave and talking to us about Christmas. I think it's been a lot of fun. And can I just take this opportunity to wish everyone who's celebrating a really good Christmas. I know it's going to be a little bit different this year, but let's make it fun. Let's make it good. Let's make it family oriented, even if it's Zoom. So I'm going to just hand over to each one of you just to, wish me Merry Christmas, I guess. Over to you, Agata.
Merry Christmas, Eva. May all your wishes came true.
Thank you. Maggie.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Yeah.
Thank you. I think a lot of our clients are watching you. So I also wanted to say thank you for all your hard work, Maggie. I think everyone loves working with you because of your caring nature, and I think we got a little window into your little world about what happens at Christmas. Nicholas, what about you? What have you got to say?
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. Hope everyone has a great festive season. And I encourage everyone that's watching just to, even if you've never done anything with a Polish tradition before, give it a go, even if it's the one dish or one of the funny ones like carp in the bathtub or talking to pets. Yeah,
as long
just
as
give
it's
it a
not
go.
carrying you, Stina, right? Maya, over to you.
Well, I'm wishing you a Merry Christmas, of course, Eva, and a Happy New Year, but we'll be still, working with each other.
Yes. After this, we have a couple of Zoom meetings, and we've been, so our office is getting renovated. So we've been working, there's one table still left. So Justina, me and Maya have been working, but we're not going in today, or hopefully in the new year, it'll all be done. But thank you, Maya. And last but not least, we have Justina.
Yes, well, happy Christmas, Eva, and all of you that are here and watching as well. So wyciąg.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. And Andrea, thank you from, as always, from behind the scenes of organizing all of this. And may I just wish everyone a wonderful time with your family. And we'll speak to all of you next year with maybe fewer people, but this was a lot of fun. So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.